you are aware, the North Superior Workforce Planning Board is one of 21 local boards in the province funded by the Ministry of Training, colleges and universities. And we conduct a community planning process to identify, assess, and prioritize skills and knowledge needs of the communities, employers, and individual job seekers. The process involves consulting with a number of community partners and analyzing key labor market indicators to identify industry sectors and occupations that may appear to present labor market opportunities or challenges to employment. From these discussions and the analysis, we then choose 6 strategic activities to our local labor market. The 6 partnerships are chosen in collaboration with our community partners, of which you are one, and our annual local labor market plan is a result of this process. At the present time, our local labor market plan for 2014 to 15 is at the printers, so unfortunately we don't have copies to hand out to you today. But it is available on our website, and as soon as we receive those from the printers, we'll send them out to all the communities. So for this morning's presentation, we've chosen only a few highlights from our labor market analysis to share with you that reflect some of the changing dynamics of our region's workforce. It's also important to note that throughout the slides, some of them refer to the Thunder Bay District, but some of them also just refer to the Thunder Bay Census Metropolitan Area. And at this time, I'd like to call upon Frank Pullia, our co-chair, and he's going to go over the labor market indicators with you.
Thank you, Madge. Okay. As Madge mentioned, today we'll be just showing you some highlights. There's so much information, but we wanted to focus on the 2011 census numbers. Now, you may say that that was 2 years ago. Since then, many things have happened, and that is correct. But we wanted to show you the trends, what is happening, what is the momentum, where are things going. That gives us insight into also use current information to project towards the future. Okay, you already know our locations. We talked about those, okay. Those are the last year's projects. I'm going to move quickly to the numbers. Okay, I think we're getting there. No, I don't know. I'm busy. Okay, we're going back. Sorry.
How many do we need? Our apologies.
Thanks, Doug.
Yeah. Well, they want to go so quick.
In the meantime, I will move along and just backup plan.
Frank, my apologies.
Well, the first chart talks about the population, the experience of population. Thunder Bay between 2006 and 2011 has lost less than 1%, but the region, the Thunder Bay CMA as a whole, 1.1% loss of population, and the district lost 2%. Well, the province of Ontario has grown by 5.7%. The Aboriginal population, however, has increased by 10% in total from 2006 to 2011. From 15,495 to 17,125. For in Thunder Bay, in the city of Thunder Bay alone, in 2006, there were close to 8,800, and now there are less than 10,000. I don't have the exact number, but it's 9,700 and some. So the percentage change was only around 10%, but in the rest of Ontario, Aboriginal population has actually grown by 24%. Now, I believe that is a result of Kenora having a larger concentration of Aboriginal population reflecting in the rest of the province, because here we're only looking at the Thunder Bay district. When we look at population and growth and loss of population, it's important to know that, in the 90s, we lost the majority of the youth and other people who are migrating. Population in Thunder Bay has stabilized to some extent. But when we look at the immigration and out-migration, okay, good, okay, thanks, Matt. There we go. Thank you, Madge. When you look at the who left is coming in over the last 11 years, you will notice the trend since 2008 has been positive. So while we're still catching up in total, if that trend continues, we should be able to see, at least in the Thunder Bay CMA, eventually population starting to increase again. It's important to know by age groups, all age groups have actually increased from 2002 to 2011, the last 10 years, by 109. Let's say we broke even. But the 0 to 17 has actually shown an increase. So there are younger people coming in, or certain age groups are having children. We haven't been able to go filter down and extract more intelligence out of this. That's the next stage. When we look at this kind of information, we look for gaps where we need more information, and then we do a study so we can have the intelligence necessary to help decision makers like yourself make decisions. So we're still losing 18 to 24, 25 to 44, but those are the total net. There are still people coming in. Like in total, in the city of Thunder Bay alone, over the last 10 years, we lost close to 35,000 people, but 34 some came in. That means there are still jobs being created here. Just a change, there's a lot of change going on, and we're trying to get a handle on exactly what that change means. Another very important point is, besides the population loss for the Thunder Bay district of 122 to 121, is the employment numbers. If you look at the total number of employed people, we went from 71,445 to 67,980. That's a loss of 3,500 people, fewer people employed in the Thunder Bay district. Now, these are not good numbers, but again, since then, things may have changed a bit, because when we look at the number of employed, okay, before I jump to that one, I wanted to emphasize the unemployment rate in the youth has gone from 14.8 to 19.2. However, age 55 to 64 has actually gone down. Now, from 5 years ago to now, there's an aging of the population. So if you have a large concentration of people in the 25 to 54, they now moved to the 55 to 64. So there are more people working in that section. And because more of them are working to compensate for the loss of their pension plans, and there are more opportunities and more seniors are working. If you look at the employment number, employed, say 55 to 64, there were 7,555 in 2006. There are now over 9,000. So more seniors are working. And we believe we're not immune to the trends in the rest of the province, where they show that seniors working is squeezing some of those jobs that were available for the youth. Those are what provincial trends show and indicate, and we haven't been able to verify if it's happening here, but if you go to McDonald's or retail operations, or big retail stores, you'll see more and more of the seniors working there. So it's not an accurate conclusion. Okay, we already looked at that, and is the, when we're mapping the number of people working in the Thunder Bay district. You can see the trend, 2001, we went up a bit, 2006, now it's still down. Now, this is an interesting chart because there's something happening in terms of number of companies, employers. There was a big jump in the last year. Until last year, the trend was down. Total, 2012, 7,570 employers in the Thunder Bay district. In the last year alone, there was a jump of over 300. Most of those are in the owner-operated, zero employees. So what is happening? Is it because now Thunder Bay Ventures are helping get more loans, so the Heritage Fund is providing more opportunities for investment for owners-operated companies or small businesses? We believe it's a combination of all of those. Innovation Center is doing a lot of good work, and the economic development agencies, there's more money available from FedNor. But we can't really tell for sure until we get the numbers next year. If that was only a blip, and they'll come down again, we know it was just, it's not happening, it's not continuing. Or could it be that more people are starting their own business because they see opportunities happening in the mining, forestry, and other related services sectors? It's hard to say, but we need to continue focusing on that and see what is really happening, and maybe they need to continue to grow. The sector of the economies that are growing the most in terms of number of employers. Real estate, 741, I think, housing boom and prices, there are more people entering that market. Professional scientific, number 2. Ambulatory healthcare services, specialty trade contractors, number 4. Those are the sectors that are growing. Those are the sectors that are losing. So, machinery, equipment, and supplies, wholesale distributors, number 417, went from 101 companies to 89. And that's from the last year, 2012, 2013. What's happening? Is it because exploration is down? We don't know. We know what the numbers are, but now we need to go to the next level. And some of the projects that Madge is going to talk about are meant to go deeper in identifying exactly what is happening so that we can communicate it back to different groups in the region so that you have that information. This is the last 2 charts and show a very important trend. Education is key. When we were looking at realizing if we are a knowledge-based economy and to what extent are we moving towards that economy, we know that we needed to go and increase the number of university graduate diplomas, degree at the bachelor level. And as a percentage of the total, the key trends are that we have no certificate, diploma, or degree has actually gone up. Apprenticeship has actually gone up in the Thunder Bay district. This is compared to Ontario. Okay, this is not one chart. This is according to Ontario, compared to Ontario.
I don't understand.
Okay, let me go. I'm going to go to the next one, and that'll be more clear. This is relative to 2006. Okay, we need to compare to ourselves first. Okay, we know that we needed to have more people with a certificate, diploma, or degree, but those are actually gone down from 26% to 22%. Actually, that is a good sign because we need fewer of those, we need more of the ones at the bottom with degrees and apprenticeship certificates. Because that shows the level of literacy and need for literacy, and that's gone down. So we were 26% of the people employed had no certificate, diploma, or degree at all. Now, only 22% don't have it. That's a good sign. High school diploma, same thing, we went from 25.3 to 25.1. However, when we went for apprenticeship, we thought that number should have gone up. with all the emphasis in that area, with all the investment that the province is making, with all the talk about we need more certificates and apprenticeship, that number has actually gone down slightly. We had 14,040 people, now 13,720. Now, some of those probably left. Some of those trades have left out west. We don't know how many, and in that loss, maybe 500 graduated with a degree. We need to follow up on that. And but the bottom line, the bottom number, 16,980, 13% of the total number of people employed had a university degree above the bachelor level. Now we have 16.1%. However, that's still lower than the provincial average of 23.4. So we're making progress in some areas and not so much in others. So yeah.
Would that be like the transition from blue collar to the knowledge-based industry? Would that affect that percentage?
Yes, we believe it does. And actually, by having more people with degrees at the university level, that's where those people are getting jobs, and there's more of them graduating with university degrees. However, the key point that we found surprising was the number of apprenticeship and trade certificates or diploma. Still, it's basically static. It's not going up. It's actually gone down a little bit. So that's one area there. Madge will talk about some of the projects that we will be undertaking. So Madge, I'm done with my presentation if you want to continue. We just wanted to highlight those gaps because the projects that we do now are meant to address those gaps.
Important note to self, don't have two identical flash drives in your briefcase. Anyway, so I wanted to share with you the 6 partnerships that we've chosen for 2014 to 2015. The partnerships we've chosen are in response to trends identified over the past year or more through our consultations, and the North Superior Workforce Planning Board has commissioned a number of studies identifying the hiring requirements forecast in a variety of sectors. For example, our mining industry hiring requirements that was released in 2012, our health human resource study that was conducted for not only the District of Thunder Bay, but also Rainy River and Kenora. And also we have a construction trades outlook that's coming out this year. However, what we've come to realize, and what has been increasingly brought to our attention, was the need for a comprehensive study on the labor force supply in our region. Community partners and relevant initiatives, such as the Regional Economic Development Area and also the Mining Readiness Strategy, they've identified actions or initiatives to address a section of the labor force. Most recently, the report generated out of our board's Think Globally and Act Locally also brought forward a number of recommendations on the role that we could play to address certain initiatives. And one of them was to develop a regional human resources plan. One such, along the same time, 2 faculty members from the Lakehead University approached the board for a partnership. And they wanted to bring a course to the community and on complex systems. And we thought, well, what if we actually applied that to the workforce? Because it's so dynamic, it certainly can be looked at as a complex system. And so in our consultations with the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, along with our board members, the faculty of LU, and a lot of our community partners, it was shown that this has not been done before, creating a regional plan, and that actually this theory or this science could be applied to the labor force and act as a tool in which we could develop a regional human resources plan. So in response to these discussions, actually 3 out of our 6 plans for 2014 to 15 will actually work towards developing that HR plan. The initiative will be a multi-year partnership, and the first 3 phases will be conducted in 2014 to 2015. Phase 1, North Superior Board will sponsor a 7-week non-degree credit on complexity science in the region being offered through continuing education at Lakehead University. The workforce as a complex adaptive system will be considered as a case study. Phase 2, this will involve the focus meetings of the planning board, its staff, as long as LU faculty and the community partners who actually take the course and have completed it. We will look at that and try to look at what sort of components will be required within a regional HR plan. Phase 3, the completion of the strategy will involve processing the strategy, producing a workforce and skills database, which will seek to align labor supply with the demands within the region. So that's the first 3. Project number 4 is in our supportive role to the Employment Ontario Network. Over the past year, the Planning Board has facilitated regular meetings and professional development activities for employment service providers, social services, and education providers, as well as the Aboriginal Skills Employment and Training agencies. And this one-day PD event that we have scheduled for 2015 will actually present 2 workshops to promote programs to assist job seekers and the service providers that work with the job seekers to find employment. This partnership is in response to recommendations and requests from community partners to strengthen the network of service providers and also improve the service delivery. It will also provide additional tools to assist with literacy and basic skills development while employed to align skills of individuals to employment and their career progression goals. Partnership number 5, challenges within the labor force relating to youth unemployment, low apprenticeship and trades entrance and also completions, and the gap between the school system and employers to facilitate experiential learning and cooperative education programs is resulting in this partnership. Our planning board will host a 2-year internship to prepare and better our workforce and especially youth through apprenticeship and experiential learning opportunities. Our 6th partnership is a result in a study from the supply side perspective of the northern economic sectors. This report will consider our labor supply, our regional human resources plan, and through that, we will examine the economy and help understand the challenges and assist us in responding to those challenges in a more proactive way versus reactive. This partnership is in response to employers, service providers, and the community in identifying the mismatch between skills that the employers require and the skills that the people are bringing forward when looking for a job. This report will provide a comprehensive overview of the economy and its drivers to assist us in the application of our regional HR plan. All of our reports can be found on our website. All of the recent reports are in the spotlight on the right-hand side of our webpage. And we invite and encourage each of you to contact us at any time with questions or requests for information. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your conference.
Thank you.